need to fix yourself. That's what I was getting from HR. And, I don't want rolled up and lose my job and all that because I can't control my anger. Give me a break. How'd you lose your job, Johnny? Well, I just lost my temper 3 times in a row, man. Come on. So, you've got to make an effort to change. It's just like anything. Like I can think about when I quit smoking. It was tough. A lot of things that I quit doing was tough. But the point is that, I had to have God to help me do it. But also, I had to want to do it. I had to want to change. It's just like anything. It's just like, whether you're playing an instrument or you're working out or you're playing a sport or what, you got to practice and you got to want to get better at it. It's the same thing with things in your life that need to be gotten rid of. You've got to keep going. Because you know what? Point 4, even though you fall off the bike, you still know how to pedal. I can remember back when I started learning how to ride a bike. Whew, man, I was hitting cars. I thought my aunt and uncle was going to kill me. I can't tell you how many dents me and my cousin probably put in their vehicle. But we learned how to ride a bike. But the point was, no matter how many times I fell off that bike, I'd already learned how to pedal. I just had to get my motion going. Even though you fail once, you can still overcome. And here's where Randy stole my message this morning. You may lose the battle, but you can still win the war. Amen. Point 5, keep going through it till the victory comes. The definition for perseverance: to persist in a state of undertaking in spite of counter influences, opposition, or discouragement. Do y'all remember the movie Hitch? No. No, it's Will Smith and Kevin James. Well, anyway, story of it is, and I'll kind of fill you in as best I can, Martha. He was a date doctor. Will Smith was, and his project was Kevin James. You know who Kevin James is, King of Queens? Okay, well, somebody can help me fill Martha in later. But the situation is, he was a project. You think about the scene where he was sitting there saying, "Oh, I got dancing down, I got dancing," and he smacks him. What are you doing? Get that out of here. Yeah, oh yeah. That was great. But the whole point that I was trying to make with this is the very end of the movie. Here Will Smith is the whole time selling love. I'm a date doctor. I can get this, girl to like you. You just got to be smooth, cool, whatever the whole deal was. And he turned around at the end of the movie. He had already been hurt himself because he was a disaster on any date that he went on with this girl. He kicked her in the face. It was bad. Took her to a place like where she was supposed to love it and end up hating it because, well, you need to watch the movie. I'll just say it that way. So anyway, the end of it, though, that I'm making is, you remember when he starts talking about his heart's killing him because he doesn't have her, and he's got a box of donuts, I think, and he's like, I want to eat until my heart stops. But what he says at the end of that is what I love. He says, "Where are you going?" He says, "I'm going skydiving." Because he hadn't given up. He was still willing to go risk everything he could to get her back. And that's the same way we've got to be with this, y'all. We've got to be willing to go skydiving. We've got to be willing to go after it 100%. We've got to be willing to take a risk. I know in my job, they say that all the time. They're looking for innovative thinkers who can take a risk. And sometimes it's scary because you're changing a lot of processes and procedures that have been in place for years. And you don't know what you're going to screw up or anything. But you've got to be willing to go skydiving. And in closing, I'm going to say, do whatever possible to overcome. And by all means, ask God for help. You're not strong enough on your own. Thank you.